Hey, everybody. Um, I don't know who all's out there. It looks like only 3 of you are there so far. I want to start this thing out tonight by telling you that here's the thing. This is not the way that we had this planned, okay? We had a really cool video planned for you guys. Um, we had worked really, really hard on it. I had some students that were going to be involved. They had done some really cool things, some really good work, which you guys are going to get to be able to see in the next several days. We're going to beef up our Epic Students YouTube channel amongst some other things with Instagram and all that kind of stuff. But this isn't what we meant to have, okay? We had a really awesome service plan for you, and then technical difficulties, and here we are. All right, so you get to see me and my ugly mug hanging out on my low-quality webcam. But I do have some stuff that I want to share with you. There's a few of you kind of as you're logging on. What I need you to do is if you put a comment on the side over there and let us know that you're here hanging out with us, you're going to be put into a drawing to win some prizes and stuff in a little while, or at the end of this time together tonight. But yeah, so like I said, as a couple more of you are jumping on, I just wanted to let you know that this isn't what we had in mind. And starting next week, we'll have something significantly better than this, but we had a really awesome service kind of planned for you guys, and we'll still show you some of the cool things that are involved with that service. Real quick shout out to Gage, Alexis, and Luke for working so hard and busting your butt to get those videos to me on time. And then we screwed some stuff up on my end. We just weren't ready, or we were ready, but my video software froze about 30 minutes ago. It just kind of started not working right. And so here we are live with me on the webcam. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. You're on day 3 now of no school for most of you. And one of the things that I want to say is, dude, I miss you guys. Like, I know this is our first week not together. We've done this before. Sometimes at Christmas time, we'll go 2 weeks without seeing one another. But I'm bummed. I'm so bummed that we're not going to be together tonight, and even for the next couple of weeks. So just again, right now, Jacob's going to win all the prizes because he's the only one who's commented anything. If you're here, if you're logged in, let us know. Hey, Abigail, how are you? Let us know that you're here. You get a chance to be entered into a drawing at the end of this thing. So like I said, I had put together some really cool stuff for you guys. I'm going to stop repeating that. I just keep saying it because more people are logging on. But here's the thing. I'm going to share with you the stuff that I had planned to share with you. And we'll show you guys the rest of the stuff, the student-led stuff, throughout the rest of this week on our own YouTube channel. Hey, Lori. Hey, Gabe. We're meeting on the Epicenter YouTube channel today because our Epic Students YouTube channel wasn't ready for live streaming, but that epicstudents.online URL is going to take you straight to our YouTube page from now on. And so yeah, that's what's going on. So a couple things that I want to share with you. One, we are going to start like a contest, if you will, in our Instagram and Snapchat stories. If you don't have Instagram and Snapchat, that's okay. We're going to do some stuff in the coming days and weeks where you can be involved in some contests as well. But for today, it's Instagram and Snapchat only for this contest, and it's called Story Charades. And here's how it works, okay? We miss you too, Abby. Good to see you. But here's how it works. Starting once this video is over, I am going to put on our Instagram and Snapchat stories a few different slides, if you will, and it's going to be charades. You guys know how to play charades. You act out silently whatever the category is. And so the challenge is when you see the category to record a video with you, maybe your friends, maybe your siblings, whatever, but record a video with you guys and then send that video to us in a message on Instagram or Snapchat. And the best one for each category is going to win a prize. And then all of those winners, I think there's like between 8 and 10 categories, all of those winners are going to get put in to a drawing and win a bigger prize. Okay, I don't know exactly what the prize is because I got to figure out a way to get the prizes to you when we can't be together in the same room. But you're going to get prizes if you participate in Snapchat, in Story Charades. So if you're not following us on Instagram or Snapchat yet, you need to do it. It's epic_students. We're going to put some more content out there as well. Also, I'm going to put in the comments our YouTube channel, our Epic Students YouTube channel. Click on that, subscribe to that, because we're going to start putting out content on that pretty much every day. So yeah, that is the big thing. Some other stuff that we're doing, some videos that you'll get to see that you were supposed to see, hey Easton, that you were supposed to see tonight. But again, if you kind of jumped on late, I had some technical difficulties with my video software. And so the service you were supposed to see that we'd worked really hard to put together for you is not here, but it'll be up. You'll get to see most of it. All right. But some of those categories are things like a new thing we're doing called playlist. So you'll get to see some recommendations from Luke about 3 things that he recommends while we're all kind of semi-quarantined, when we can't be at school, we can't be doing our regular day-to-day lives, we can't be even at Epic Students together. So if you want to participate in that playlist, just kind of recommendation of 3 things for you. Maybe it's a video game, a board game, even music, TV show, movie, YouTube channel, whatever it is. If you want to make some recommendations, record a quick video and be part of playlist series that we're going to be doing on our YouTube channel and some of our social media, then just put something in the comments, said, hey, yeah, I want to do that. All right. Another thing that we're doing, Gage recorded a really, really awesome 3 minutes with. If you were at Epic Students last week, you know we started a new series called 3 minutes with, and Gage did something awesome, man. We're going to put it out on our YouTube channel tomorrow since everything broke tonight. I cannot wait for you guys to see the interview that Gage did for 3 minutes live this week. It's hilarious. It's fun. You get to learn a lot about somebody who's kind of a pretty important person in all of our lives, not me. But you're going to be really excited to see that here in the next day or two. But if you want to participate in 3 minutes with, if you want to interview somebody, or even if you want to be interviewed, let us know. You can send us a message on Instagram or Snapchat, or put something in the comments right over there. Let us know that you want to be part of 3 minutes with on one side or the other. All right. So that's what I've got right now. Again, off the top of my head, I'm going to say this one more time. I promise after this, I'm not going to repeat this anymore. All right. But we had a really cool service put together for you guys, and the video software crashed on me. But here's the rest of what I need. Here's kind of the recap, I guess, of what I'm talking about. All right. Story Charades on Instagram and Snapchat. Follow us. Be there. What's up, Carson? How you doing? Story Charades on Instagram and Snapchat. Follow us if you're not already. If you want to be part of playlist, making some recommendations for things to do while we're all kind of not being able to live our normal lives, or if you want to be part of 3 minutes with, then jump on board with that as well. You can let us know in the comments over here, or send us a message, or if you have my phone number, you can send me a personal message. The second thing, we're working on doing some Zoom Hangouts. I did one with some other youth pastors from across the country today. It was actually really cool, really fun. Many of you guys maybe have used Zoom before for schoolwork and stuff like that. That's not what this is. All right, we're going to do an actual Hangout. We're actually working to do like some small group time with Zoom Hangouts, or with Zoom, but it's going to be a really kind of fun relational time. We'll split up into some breakout groups based on age and gender, just like we do here on Wednesday nights. So yeah, that's what that is. And I guess what we're going to do is, I'm going to encourage you, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I just posted the URL in the comments over there on the live chat. So subscribe to our Epic Student. I'm actually even going to try, if I can get my video editor to work, to put some of the content we had ready for you guys tonight, to put that up tonight. Hey, Sarah. But over the next couple of days, that'll be up there. Stay on the lookout for text messages, social media posts about some Zoom Hangouts and stuff like that. But the message that I wanted to kind of share with you guys tonight is this. All right, last night I texted the student leadership team and I asked them, hey guys, kind of tell me what is the general consensus on how you and your friends are feeling about this coronavirus pandemic. Kind of three choices. Is it A, fear, concern, or worry? Is it B, frustration and aggravation? Or is it C, apathy? And for the most part, the biggest answer was B, with a lot of A's kind of thrown and sprinkled in and stuff like that. So I wanted to kind of talk to both of those categories tonight. And I'm not gonna spend a ton of time on this because we are gonna hopefully post the video that we had prepared. We're gonna post that in just a little while, at least portions of it. But here's the deal. In December, if you remember, we did a series called Present. You know, and it had the Christmas gift theme and all that kind of stuff. But what we said in that series was that the greatest present that you'll ever receive is God's presence with you. And we talked about a verse in Matthew chapter 28 where Jesus says, I'm with you always, even to the end of the age. And, so no matter where you are on that spectrum between worry or concern or fear or frustration or aggravation or even anger about some of the stuff that you're missing out on, some of the stuff that you don't get to participate in because of the fact that the schools are canceled or shut down. I know my son Liam, he was supposed to have a field trip tomorrow and he's super bummed about it. So wherever you fall in that spectrum, that's okay. Your feelings are valid and we want to acknowledge that. All right. But the thing that I want to talk about tonight very, very quickly is this. Those of us who are frustrated because we just don't understand why this is happening or why we have to miss out on so many things or why God is choosing to operate this way. Pastor Mark says all the time that God will deliver us. God won't always deliver us from our difficulty, but he'll always deliver us through our difficulty. And so, I believe that we need to hold on to God's promises and remember, like, hey, if he said he'd do it, then he's going to do it. All right. That's what that's all about. Excuse me. And it reminded me of the story of Joshua and the wall of Jericho and how these guys had to march around the wall. God promised them that they would overtake the city, but he's like, hey, here's how you're going to do it. You're going to march around the wall for, once a day for 6 days. And then on the seventh day, you're going to march around the wall 7 times. And I can't imagine how they must have felt. Like, I know I'd be like, dude, this is ridiculous. Why are we marching around this wall? It's not a great military strategy. We're exposing ourselves to their military within the borders, and we're just marching around this wall. And I'm sure some people are like, dude, this is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? Why is God letting this happen? But at the end of the day, God had a reason for it. He was glorified because they didn't ever have to lift their swords. They didn't ever have to fight a single fight. They just shouted at the top of their lungs, and all the walls fell down. And the reason that story reminds me of that is because a lot of times God chooses to operate in ways that don't make sense to us. Like if it was up to me, I feel like if I was God, I'd be like, boom, coronavirus gone. Nobody has to worry about it anymore and go about your normal lives. That's what we want. That's what I want, right? Because then I'd get to hang out with you guys tonight. But God has a different way of doing things. And so even in the middle of difficulty, even in the middle of frustration or not even fully understanding what is going on, we have to remember that we can trust in God and that he will be with us always. And sometimes it takes more faith to trust God when things aren't happening the way we want them to, or when we don't understand it, than it does in other circumstances. Obviously, it takes more faith in that situation, but we have to continue to choose to put our hope and our faith and trust in God, even when things aren't going to make sense. All right. So for those of you who are frustrated and getting kind of like, why is this happening? Just remember that God is in control. All right. Now, before we talk about the other category, those of us who are maybe a little anxious or worried or concerned about some of the things that are happening, what I want you to do is go over to the comments and I want you to type in the thing that you are, the weirdest fear that you have. We've talked about this before, so at some points in Epic Students, but type in the weirdest fear that you have. Go ahead and do it right now. I'm going to kind of sit here and wait for some of you guys to type in what is the weirdest fear that you have. Maybe it's clowns, snakes, spiders, balloons, What is the weirdest fear that you have? All right, you guys are just gonna make me sit here and wait. No one's typing anything. I really appreciate that. Or maybe you are typing and it's not. I don't know. Okay, Abby, I see. All right. Heights with railings. Gloria, I don't know if that really makes sense to me, but okay. Heights with railings. I guess you're figuring spiders, Bigfoot with a golf club. That is, Jacob, that is kind of that's a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. All right. You guys can keep typing your okay. I won't tell her. I won't tell her you said that. But it does make sense, actually. It makes sense. So you guys can keep typing your weird fears. All right. Those are some legitimate ones. Trip to Panama, flying, heights. Yeah. All of those things are nerve-wracking. They're for a variety of ways. I feel you guys on the heights thing. So many of you guys know this, but I suffer from something called didelphophobia. All right. Didelphophobia. You should try saying that because it's actually kind of a fun word to say. But didelphophobia, I suffer from that. And you guys know that is the fear of possums. I hate possums. Their ugly gray fur is just disgusting. It looks like a rug that was left outside for 7 years. Their face is horrifying. When they hiss, it's just it's so disturbing. It's so disgusting. To the point, I don't think I've ever told you guys this story before, but the house we used to live in had a crawl space underneath of it, and our air conditioning was broken, and we pretty much knew what was broken about it, and it wasn't that hard to fix. And so Tiana was like, "Hey, go under there and fix the air conditioner." Like, I'm not going under there. She's like, "Why not?" I was like, "Because there might be a possum under there. There's no way that I'm going underneath there and getting attacked by a possum." She's like, "It's going to cost $200 for us to hire somebody to come." I say, "I don't care. I don't care if it costs $2,000. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to go under there and get attacked by a possum." Now, first of all, there wasn't even a possum under there, but confined spaces is another fear of mine. But I don't mess with possums. And the answer to the question that you're probably asking yourself is, dude, what in the heck does possums have to do with being worried or concerned over the coronavirus? Is nothing. It has absolutely nothing to do with it. But there is a point that I want to make, okay? And that point is, as unreasonable as it is for me to be afraid of possums in my crawl space and to be willing to pay $200 to have someone else go under there and fix it, something that I could very easily fix, in some ways, it's that unreasonable. If we are Christ followers, if we have chosen to put our hope in Jesus, it's equally as unreasonable for us to allow fear of what might happen over this coronavirus to consume us, okay? I'm not saying you shouldn't be worried. Absolutely, we should follow the protocols. That's why we're not meeting together tonight, okay? Legally, it only is groups of 100 or more, but we decided, along with Pastor Mark, we decided that we wanted to meet online today because the president recommended groups of 10 or less. And so as much as we wanted to hang out with you guys tonight, we decided to be safe. We want to follow these protocols. We want to be careful. We want to do the right thing. So I'm not saying don't worry about it all, pretend like it's nothing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is some of us have a tendency to believe, like Sarah said, that the whole world is going to end at any minute, or that, oh my gosh, I'm going to die, or something horrible is going to happen to us. We allow fear to consume us. All right, we allow fear to overtake our mind. And in light of who Jesus is and what he says and the promises that he's made about us, that kind of fear is just as irrational. It's just as irrational as my fear of possums. Okay? Because a possum can't hurt me. It might bite me. It might even give me rabies. Guess what? There's a vaccine for that. Okay, Michael Scott Fun Run for the Cure of Rabies Awareness. He figured it out. There's a cure for rabies, even if a possum did attack me. The very worst thing that could happen is I could get fleas or rabies from a possum, and that's easily taken care of. And so it's irrational for me to be as afraid of possums as I am. And in the same way, we don't need to be afraid of what's going to happen, because we need to understand that God is in control. All right. It doesn't mean that, again, that we shouldn't be worried or concerned or pay attention to the recommendations or warnings of people who are health professionals. What it means is we should not allow fear to overtake our mind. The verse I want to read to you for this one is Romans 8:37-39. It says, "No, despite all these things, overwhelming victory is ours through Christ who loved us." So first and foremost, we don't have to worry, because it tells us right there, overwhelming victory is already ours, no matter what we're going through. Maybe you're not afraid of the coronavirus or COVID-19 or any of that kind of stuff, but you got something else in your life that's really kind of overtaking your mind with anxiety and worry and fear. Overwhelming victory is already yours in Christ Jesus. The Bible tells us that. But then he continues, he says, "And I'm convinced that nothing can ever separate us from God's love, neither death nor life, neither angels nor demons, neither our fears for today, nor our worries about tomorrow. Not even the powers of hell can separate us from God's love." So if you were here last week, you know we started a series called The Gospel. And Romans 1:16 says, the gospel says, "I'm unashamed of the gospel of Christ, for it is the power to save all who believe." All right. And so ultimately, the victory is already ours. We've already been saved because we've chosen to believe in Jesus, and nothing that happens here on this earth can hurt us. Now, I don't want to belittle those. I'm not belittling anyone who's concerned or worried. My mind, I have a really overactive imagination. Things get away from me. My brain starts kind of spiraling out of control. I read the news. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the worst. Okay. So what I'm saying is, take control of your thoughts. Ask God to help you. Rely on him to be your strength in the middle of weakness. And remember that nothing can separate you from God's love. He's going to be with you always to the end of the age. And the victory's already yours. The victory over coronavirus, the victory over that class that you're struggling with, even though you're doing school at home right now, the victory over anything else that you might possibly face, it's yours. The victory is yours, and nothing can separate you from God's love. All right, we're going to wind this down. Head over to our YouTube channel. I'm going to post that in the comments one more time for those of you who missed it. Right now, we're watching on the Epicenter Church YouTube channel. In about 10 or 15 minutes, hopefully, we're going to post some stuff on the Epic Students YouTube channel. Some of the stuff that you were supposed to get to see today as part of our online service, which again, some content from Alexis, which, hey, Alexis, how you doing? You came in late. Some content from Luke Williams, some content, an interview that Gage did. It's a really awesome 3 minutes with interview that Gage did. I'm really excited for you guys to see it. So check that out. Also, find me on Instagram Live in about 10 or 15 minutes. I'm gonna do a drawing for everybody who joined us live and put a comment on the stuff here, and I'm gonna do a drawing for you to win a prize. And then also check out Instagram and Snapchat story charades. It's gonna be really fun. I can't wait to see some of the videos that you guys sent us, and also be paying attention to some things like we're gonna get ready to do a Zoom group hangout at some point. I don't know exactly when. We're gonna do a little bit more testing of it in the next couple of days. Maybe next Wednesday we'll do some Zoom groups instead of this YouTube live video format. Either way, it won't be me sitting on a chair in my office. But I thank you guys so much for joining us. Share this video with people who you know are part of the Epic Students family who weren't here tonight. Recommend that they go to the Epic Students YouTube page and subscribe, and stay tuned for some of the content. And again, remember, if you want to be part of some of that content, the playlist stuff with Luke, or like you're going to see from Luke, some recommendations of what people can do, shows, music, YouTube channels, movies, that kind of stuff, ways to pass the time while we're doing life a little different. If you want to be part of 3 Minutes With, interview somebody or get interviewed by somebody, or if you want to be part of something else that we're doing, we would love to have you be part of that. So just let us know in the comments or send us a message or anything like that. You guys are awesome. I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you hopefully very, very soon. And again, check out our Epic Students YouTube channel in just a minute. Instagram Live in about 10 or 15 minutes. and stay with us on all those social media channels over the next few days. You guys are awesome. I love you. Bye.